Hello everyone, welcome to my July TBR. July. I feel like I haven't even gotten used to seeing 2026 yet, and we're halfway to 2027. Insane. Okay, anyhow, let's get into the TBR, shall we? I just restocked this, so hopefully it's something good. Been on TBR for over a year. Okay, I can work with that. I do really need to get to some of these books. They're either I haven't read them, like they've been on my TBR for over a year, or they're new. That's like it at the moment. The only two categories my books are in. So pretty much all the romances are over a year, except Wild Eyes, because I've just gotten that. Hamnet is over a year. Everything I Know About Love. The Housemaid is Watching. The Grandest Game. Deadly Little Scandals. Tales from the Cafe. Ooh, The Fever Code. And yes, that is it. So pretty much the whole front page. I cross it out when I've finished reading it, but the whole front page of my physical TBR in my reading journal. And then the second page is pretty much all crossed out. And then the last page is my newer purchases, if you will. I have been looking at The First to Die at the end for a while now. I have read They Both Die at the End, and I really did enjoy that, but it has been a while since I read that. I do kind of feel like reading this. Okay, decide what you want. In or out? In or out? Out? Okay. Very much so in the mood for this, so that's an option. I'm going to try to pick books not on my main radar and over a year old, because Hamnet, that is on my radar at the moment. So I don't want to pick that. The Fever Code is on my radar as well at the moment. Maybe I should just pick The Fever Code because I did just finish The Kill Order, which is the fourth book, and this is the fifth and last book in the Maze Runner world. This is the second prequel. Oh my god. I can't wait to read this, actually. Okay, so that's also an option. So I think these two are my main options for this one. That's really all I can say about The Fever Code, but The First to Die at the End, it's set in the same world as They Both Die at the End, but it's earlier, it's a prequel, and it's when, what's it called? The Death Call? An End Day Call, which is like something that was like invented where you get a phone call from this agency telling you you're going to die today, and they're right. So it's kind of like in They Both Die at the End, it was the two main characters spent that day doing all the things they wouldn't be able to do after that day. It was beautiful. I loved that book so much. And they're also both MMs, so it's definitely a plus in my book. Not gonna lie, I'm really excited for The Fever Code. I hope I get to this soon, and I'm very excited to read it, but this is going to be insane. So next one, read a book under 300 pages. Definitely before this one. Maybe this, and maybe the first Emily Wilde book. I don't know if any of the others would be. And yes, these are probably all under 300, but we always ignore the non-fictions. We know this. Yeah, this isn't even 200 pages, so that's definitely an option. I just bought the Emily Wilde box set, so I'm also very excited to read this. 315 just over, so we'll put that one back. And that one's also over at 350. What about 1,000 Boy Kisses? Also over. Okay, we're not going to get another one under 300 pages, so the only option we have before the coffee gets cold, Tales from the Cafe. This is the second book. The first book, really, really good. However, I was in the mood for the first half, and then I really wanted to continue a series I'd paused in the middle of. I kind of had to drag myself through the rest of the book, which definitely hindered my reading experience. So hopefully I'll definitely be in the mood for this, and it'll be better. Hidden Down a Side Street in Tokyo. Cafe Funai Kula boasts many things. Good coffee, good conversation, a friendly cast of regulars. But the cafe also offers its customers a unique experience, the chance to travel in time. There are rules you must stick to. You have to sit in the right chair, accept the coffee poured to you, and finally, most importantly, you must return to the present before the coffee gets cold. Following on from Toshikazu Kawaguchi's sensational debut Before the Coffee Gets Cold in Tales from the Cafe, we meet the man seeking the best friend whose daughter he raised as his own, the son who did not come home from his mother's funeral, the lover who travelled to see the girl he couldn't marry, and the aging detective who couldn't save his own wife. Beautifully told and brimming with warmth, Tales from the Cafe explores how we carry our past with us and how far we'd go to see, perhaps for one last time, the ones we love. I have been more in the mood for this recently, so we'll add that to the stack. Hope we can get a bit of a chunker next. These are both pretty short books. Ooh, new release. I don't know if I have any new releases. I seriously don't think I do, because I usually read new releases as soon as they come out. Actually, maybe Songbird of the Sorrows is new, because I think this came out recently and I bought it because it has a really pretty sprayed edge. And yes, I am that shallow. It says published in 2026. Okay, I'm going to quickly search up when this was released. This is actually published first, 2024, but I think it was republished 2026. So we're just going to go with this anyway. We can celebrate its new release. So we'll go with this. Yes, Shadowman was published sooner in 2025, but also I really don't want to read that right now. So we're going to do this one. And I'm also really looking forward to this at the moment. So let's read the back. Ask no questions, obey your orders, respect your masters, but most of all, love no one. Spy, thief, princess, songbird. Princess Alia was ousted from the Palace of Sorrows and gifted to the secret order of spies, known as the Aviary, at a young age. After she completes her training and passes the naming ceremony, Alia is assigned to the prestigious Alpha Flight, led by none other than her former flame. Everything about Raven calls to her. He is brave, loyal, and lethal, but love is forbidden within the Aviary. When Alpha Flight is tasked with infiltrating the Eastern Kingdom's royal trials to seek a weapon hidden deep within the court, Alia struggles with the expectations placed on her. As old sparks reignite and the harsh realities of the realm reveal themselves, the mission begins to unravel, and Alia must decide if she is brave enough to disobey her superiors to do what she believes is right. So kind of a classic assassin princess book. Hoping it's more than that, but we'll see. This is a good one. Prettiest cover, because I am that shallow. Yeah. Okay, obviously we have to start with the fantasy because they always have the prettiest covers, but our fantasy is running a little bit low. Emily White's is more cute than pretty, I would say. That is pretty. Okay, these ones have been kind of ugly, so not the Lost Metal, but love you anyway, but you're not that pretty. Not bad, but the last trilogy's covers are way better. The Hobbit's pretty eh. Honestly, I just don't have any pretty covers. It's heartbreaking, guys. No. Okay. Well, this one does look the prettiest, and it hasn't been on my radar recently, so would love to bring it forward to my attention. A world divided, a queendom without an heir, an ancient enemy awakens. I have been meaning to get into this, and I do love myself a chunker of high fantasy, so. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like a complete story, and then you have two prequels. One of them's like the same size as this chunker, and then one of them's like tiny. Sure. Okay, we're gonna go with this one. Very excited for this, I must say. A book that intimidates me right away. Hamnet. Not particularly intimidates, but kind of intimidates. More like scares me, because I did read 100 pages of this and then stopped DNF because I really wanted to read a different book at the time. I was enjoying it, but I'm also just dreading having to read those 100 pages again. But I know it'll probably be really, really good. So that's definitely fitting the prompt. Intimidates. Okay. Definitely The Hobbit. Just because I've never read The Lord of the Rings before, and it's such a well-loved series. I know I'll probably love it, but it's just so scary at the same time. But I also know this is meant to be like a fun, adventurous, more childish tale than The Lord of the Rings, I think. These are some pretty good choices. A children's classic, yeah. Whisked from his comfortable hobbit hole by Gandalf the wizard and a band of dwarves, Bilbo Baggins, that is a name, okay, finds himself caught up in a plot to raid the treasure hoard of Smug the Magnificent, a large and very dangerous dragon. That sounds so fun. That does sound fun, actually. The world's a massive. Okay, maybe I can finally start the series if I think of this book as just a fun children's tale. Maybe then I'll actually pick it up because I do want to read it really bad. And I want to find out what everything's about and understand all the chatting and things regarding this book. Last one word title that gives me some free reign. Okay, we've got Icebreaker and we've got Hamnet, and I think that's it. And Shadow Man, but I don't really feel like Shadow Man. I don't really feel like Icebreaker. Honestly, these two, well, I feel like I got them like years ago when I was like going through my reading all the classic YA romance days, and now I really don't want to read them. So they're just gonna collect some more dust. And yes, I really do want to read this because I know I'll love it. On a summer's day in 1596, a young girl in Stratford-upon-Avon takes to her bed with a sudden fever. Her twin brother, Hamnet, searches everywhere for help. Why is nobody at home? Their mother, Agnes, is over a mile away in the garden where she grows medicinal herbs. The father is working in London. Neither parent knows that Hamnet will not survive the week. Like, that just sounds so good. And I really need to get back into this. Fingers crossed I do. And that's it for this video. This is going to be my July TBR. Hopefully I actually stick to it. I have been trying to improve reading my TBRs, my monthly TBRs, and I think I have been recently. So I could be reading all of these in July. I'd be very proud of myself if I did, especially The Hobbit. That's scaring me so much. Anyhow, I'll see you all next time. Bye.